grateful. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful. Ooh, so grateful. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. All right. Thank you.
Reverend Katherine, you're muted. Oh, we're doing the welcome. Sorry. Sorry. And you. Okay. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. That's what it says in the program. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Take a moment and take a nice deep breath and let go of everything but this service, this moment right here, right now. Relax into it. Feel the presence of Spirit, that infinite possibility, knowing that there are practitioners around the Zoom and around the room that are holding the high watch for us. Give them any fears, doubts, limitations, and let it go. And let God. And so it is.
I got a big mouth, but maybe not that big. All right, everybody. So let's just take a breath, close our eyes, repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
My heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and freedom.
My heart to the universe, accepting love.
And so it is.
Good morning, everyone. This might be a little bit of a peculiar view that we're all getting used to, but I can see you, and I hope you can see me and hear me. So invite all of this that we have done to waken and welcome ourselves to this service today, to settle in, to find our way into this place of expansion and breath, to feel the opening coming in and through you as you release any tension, anything that it took to get you here this morning. We bless this moment now. We hold this service in the highest light. We know that we are gathered here by divine appointment, and we bless the divine holiness that is, as we know it is the one force of life, the one expression of love, the one. And so in this oneness, we invite each and every one of us to step into our full capacity, our full abilities, our full love, our full compassion, kindness, care, passion, love, and grace, knowing that all of this is our true birthright, truly coming to us this morning. And in every moment, from our awareness of our oneness with Spirit. We know this service is held and uplifted in this divine light. We know that each are blessed who are even thinking of us, or on their way, or here present, or on Zoom, or in the ethers, or anywhere. All beings, all kingdoms, all are blessed in this service today. And as we take this deep breath together, we allow and invite the purest holiness that we are to inform and bless ourselves as well. We see this service as it unfolds in divine perfection, Reverend Paul and Reverend Marlene and myself, as we allow the word to simply move through and as us, and allow the receiving in each and every one of us as we give, as we sing, as we dance, as we play together in these moments of great inspiration. We know that each contributes as they can and as they may. And we bless this holy moment, all those contributors, all those here, and our blessed Ginger Coyle with her music this morning. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this blessings and this gathering. And so it is.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the face
Beautiful. Doesn't she have the voice of an angel?
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
We are truly grateful and blessed to have Ginger here with us. So this morning's reading is from Marianne Williamson on the 4th of July and has been adapted and repurposed for the Center for Conscious Living by our beautiful and lovely senior minister, Reverend Dr. Katherine McClellan. The Declaration of Independence was officially signed on July 4th, 1776. I often wonder whether our founders had any sense that what they were doing would so change the world. While Thomas Paine was not one of the signers, he was definitely someone who helped inspire its content. And he said that here in these United States, we have it in our power to begin the world over again. America's second president, John Adams, said he hoped that every July 4th, Americans would revisit our first principles. Those words were wise, for the principles of the Declaration are America's North Star, the pillars of our national identity. Reminding ourselves what they are on a regular basis is an act of power. And when we allow them to guide us, we have done and still do amazing things. And when we ignore or neglect them, we've made misguided and even tragic mistakes. The principles of the Declaration are as applicable to who we are today and to our current national struggles as they were in 1776. There's no better way to celebrate the 4th of July than to revisit and embrace the words of the Declaration of Independence. With the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the signers were risking their lives, for if the British had won the war, all of them would have been hanged as traitors against the King of England. Their courage and contributions were extraordinary. And even though their contributions were remarkable, we must remember the schism in our thinking as 41 of the 56 men who signed the Declaration were slave owners. Reverend Katherine remarks, this declaration was a vision for a new world, even if they could not hold their own behavior to account. The self-evident truths elucidated in the Declaration are the following. First, all people, men, are created equal, whether we are black, white, brown, Jew, Muslim, Christian, gay, straight, non-binary, transgender, conservative, progressive. Secondly, all people, men, are endowed with the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Does a child who lives in a domestic war zone, citizens such as those in East Palestine living in environmental sacrifice zones, or someone having to work 3 jobs to put food on the table, experience the right to pursue happiness? Thirdly, governments are instituted to secure those rights. Given the facts I mentioned above, plus the fact that they are multiplied by many millions every day, how's our government doing at their work? Lastly, if the government isn't doing that job, it's the right of the people to alter it or to abolish it. These are the points that Reverend Katherine will explore with us today. We will look deeply into these statements and see them from the spiritual perspective to see the vision of this declaration that is widely available to each of us and still true today, even when our current culture and behaviors are not in alignment with these truths. We need to say to each other now, it is our turn to be brave. Turn to your neighbor. It is our turn to be brave. The Declaration of Independence ends with these words. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Let's do the same. And if you will all repeat after us the affirmation in your bulletin. I am a cause in the experience of my life.
I am at cause in the experience of my life.
I am sourced from
pure possibility and absolute truth.
I am sourced from pure possibility and absolute truth.
My life unfolds through and as the outpouring of the one love.
My life unfolds through and as the outpouring of the one love.
Divine perfection flows in my life as I move in ease and grace.
Divine perfection flows in my life as I move in ease and grace.
All abundance, health, wholeness, and happiness are mine now.
All abundance, health, wholeness, and happiness are mine now.
And all is well.
All is well.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Feel free to sing along with this. We're just going to say, I am light in between each verse 4 times. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. Thank you.
Good morning again, everyone. Just want to take a moment to really center into the feeling tone of that song we just sang, of that prayer we just prayed together with music. And notice, if you will, with me, the difference in the feeling tone in your body as we sing the truth of I am light, and I am not all those other things. And the feeling tone in your body as you remember what we were reading just before, that has a denser, more strident, more grounded, earthly quality. See if you can toggle back and forth from those two experiences of your body, noticing you are both. We're the grounded experience of our everyday lives with behaviors and ways of being. And we're the light, the ultimate freedom of all things and all kinds. We go all places in all ways. We are both. We are stardust and we are earth. And this creates for us all this opportunity to lift out of the earth, to lift out of the angst and the density of everyday life. This allows us to have this as an opportunity to go beyond, to live beyond, and to not get forced into all there is the dense dailiness of life. So this morning, I really wanted to address this because when I got this message from Marianne, there was so much denseness in it. And it was a political message, which we're not talking about this morning. But what I recognized in this was the opportunity for each of us as we heard these words, and I will give some of them back to you so that you won't be grasping in backwards in your mind to try and remember what they were. But for this moment, what they are is that these are unalienable. They are rights that come to us with our very birthright from the heavens, from the skies, from the love, from the birthright that we are indeed the holy presence on this planet, not just humans, but all cellular activity, all galactic activity, all activity is the light on this planet now. The principles, the Declaration of Independence was birthed from principles that were so far beyond humanity's ability to create that 41 of the 56 were still owning slaves. That is so far beyond what the principles espouse. Is it wild to imagine that these people could sit and do this one thing with their stardust and this other thing with their humanness? What an amazing thing we are. These are all principles that we work with every day in religious science. We hold the truth that all people are created equal, no matter what incarnation you have, no matter what you look like, act like, horrendous behaviors that you might exhibit that some of us may remember from time to time. When we wake up in the sort of awareness of the morning of what we might have done the night before when we're young people, or what we did in a meeting as we get older and more concerned about our professional lives, right? Did we storm out? Did we just vibe somebody really darkly? Even on a Zoom call. Have you ever done that? Have you ever shut down? One time, I was in a council meeting, which I think you may all, or mostly all, know what council is, where it's an even expression of everyone in the room. There's no crosstalk. Everyone is just having the opportunity to speak their truth into the circle. And I was sharing something deeply important that had come to me in a meditation about the deep flow of energy that was happening in our country, where on the very same day, January 6th, both the forces of the darkest and most earthbound, fear-based of us had come in to the Capitol building in our country. And at the same exact time and place, which happens to be Epiphany, when the light shines to the kings to come to greet Jesus as the allegorical or true story is sits with you. In Georgia, they sent a Black man and a gay man to that very same Congress with their votes, with their bravery, with their willingness to put it all on the line. The very same day, by the end of the day, order had been resumed in the Capitol. The votes were carried out to acknowledge the democracy that we had, and the light and the breath and the light were shining again. So as you can hear in my voice, this was a powerful awareness to me. And I sat in council with those who I considered to be honorable and caring and loving humans. And they are everything. And yet my words triggered someone else. And there was a very big outlashing of words and behaviors against my words, in some misunderstanding of what I had said, or some other interpretation of my words, or the way that I spoke, were deemed offensive to some. The very shock of that shook me to my core, brought me to the earth, buried me underground for a few hours, even days, as I tried to process the assault, verbal, energetic, powerful words and anger and fear expressed in my direction, especially because I felt I was in a safe place. I was so open that came in so deeply. And there I was sitting with my rights, my freedom to speak, my vulnerability, all of it laid on the table. Have any of you ever been in this circumstance where you've taken something that was so precious to you and held it out and shared it deeply, meaningfully, only to have it rejected, misunderstood, assaulted, destroyed? Have you felt what that experience is? I believe most of us have. Or even have you had the experience of something being taken from you? Something that you thought was yours by right. Have you been treated poorly, unequally, in some way? And yet, can we acknowledge that these are temporary choices of our attention? Now, I do know and understand enough physiology to know that we are pushed into those places by our physiology that discerns what's happening as an assault, as dangerous to our lives. And we go within and we batten down the hatches and we close up and we hide until we can make it safe enough to come out. And sometimes we can't make it safe enough. Some people never come out again in the truth of who they are never comes out again. That they go through life acting as the human beings that they are truly not able to be anymore. Because something so hard, so painful, so heinous, so uncomfortable happened that their system will simply never let them come forward again. And in all of us, these places exist. We call them traumas. They are places where we are shut down. They are places where we don't live fully. And we may sometimes believe that we can't, that someone else has done something to us that blocks us from our ability to be fully breathing and available in every moment, to be fully free to be ourselves, to be free to experience the love and joy of the stardust that we are, because something in our humanness has shut down. Some loss, some assault, some trauma. And we forget that we are in charge. Here in our country today, we take sides. We think that that is going to make a difference. Make someone else wrong, attack them, assault them. That makes us feel safe for a few moments when we're standing with the people who agree with us. But then what do we do when we go out? Must we be afraid all the time? No. In the spiritual perspective of all of this, this is our learning opportunity. This assault that I experienced, but in a misunderstanding where I wasn't even given the chance to express or explain or fix. And I was just misunderstood. I can stay with that story forever, or I can remember that I was created equal. I am created equal, and that I am endowed with the inalienable right. The inalienable, which means you cannot separate it from you. Rights of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. I am given those rights, and if I give them back to myself, I will have them forever. I have them in every moment I give them to myself. Many of us have heard a saying where I will allow no man to degrade my soul. For the moment, I can't think of who said that. I will allow no circumstance to degrade my knowing of my inalienable rights. I will allow no beingness to hurt me, shut me down, and make me small. Because within me, am endowed with the inalienable rights of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So to Marianne's question, does a child who lives in a domestic war zone, like I did, does a child who lives in an actual war zone, like I did, have I had to work many jobs to pay my rent and put food on my table, even if it was just a slice of pizza some days? Yes. And did I ever in those situations have to give up my rights to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness? No. There were days when I gave up those rights. There were days when I chose that I no longer felt that either I was worthy of them or they were given to me. Have you had this experience? Do you forget that you have these inalienable rights, that we are not bound by the past, that everything is available to us each moment we decide from any skin, from any lifestyle, from any inner choice that we are making, from the worst action of any day, from death row assailants who have given themselves back their life after what they've done feels unforgivable. It cannot be, because there is no need for forgiveness in the universe except from ourselves to ourselves. All is already forgiven. We must accept that forgiveness. We must accept our humanness. We must accept that we do this stuff, that we break this stuff, that we break rules, that we do stupid things, that we get drunk, that we get hurt, that we yell at people, that we road rage in our cars. Like, we must just get over the fact that we are just going to keep doing those things. And yet we still have the inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which I interpret as the beauty of living within the field of love. We must be willing to receive the forgiveness of ourselves and to, each other. To each other and to ourselves for all the unforgivable things that the United States has done. And I have seen some of them firsthand as a child. I've been evacuated from a country in the middle of the night on buses in the darkness because every other route was closed because of what America did in the name of goodwill that did not sit well with some of our friends. And they no longer considered us a friend. I have sat in circles with people who no longer considered me a friend. Have you? Have you sat in circle and thrown someone out of your heart? Do you sit here now with someone outside your heart? Do we all, because we're human, forget that we're divine? We are free. We are free in the most absolute sense of freedom. We are invited in every moment to forget, to forgive, to move beyond. Yes, to forget, but not in a way that makes you vulnerable again. To forget what you thought was true, or what you demanded, or what you held onto, or what you broke. Live into the truth that you too are part of the exchange. And yes, there are times when we are hurt in a situation or victimized, when we are indeed in those moments powerless, and especially as the children, and we speak for them powerfully. And yet, even as those circumstances existed in my life, I had to move past them. I would be broken. I would be dark. I would be me that walked along Central Park one night asking myself, what is the point of living? And I will be the me that walked further that night and was given the answer of love. We choose our freedom. Viktor Frankl, in his often quoted work, that the title is something like Man's Search for Meaning. I hope that might be it. In a concentration camp, day by day, moment by moment, choosing that the intimate sharing with others was life. That he could feel the expression of life through him as he stayed alive in the presence of each moment with others. We are here together. We are here as a country that somewhere in the darkness of our past came the light. We are here in a world where somewhere in the darkness of our past came the light. Because the truth is that we are always both, and we are always freeing ourselves from whatever we think we're being held by. If you, in this moment, have anything, if you can feel the feeling tone of worry or doubt or despair, pain or sorrow, let us remember that the way to freedom is love. If it's loving yourself through whatever that is in this moment, whatever's too scary to face. Last week, we talked about breaking the rules and that there are no rules, and it is scary to go without rules, but it is freedom. What we are committed to is a vision. That's what these men signed is, we are dung, but we see with vision. We are the dirt we walk on, but we see with vision. We are the pebbles on the path of life, but we see with vision. And now and again, we fly into the vision. And with Ginger, we sing, I am light. I am not that crap that I did yesterday. I am not the anger that I have against myself and others. I am not it. I am the very depths of the earth. That which has been composted into diamonds. And I am the very height of the stars. And in between, I walk in peace and love. When I glimpse those moments, I am graced and full. As the guru who sat at the edge of the stage, this beautiful, small Indian man with his head that nods in India, the other direction, which is always hard for me. It doesn't say yes or no, does it? It says maybe, maybe. In Greece, they say etsi ketsi. Inside you, is there a place where it's not a definitive yes or no, but an ongoing journey to claim for yourself over and over, release the last second, as the small Indian man, the guru of light that happened to be with us that day, said to me in my complaint about my life, you don't need a psychic. What is here is what you are contributing from yesterday. In this moment, free yourself. And the next moment and the rest of your life will be yours. So as Americans, as we take on this declaration of independence, take it on personally. I am equal. I am equal. I am not better. I am not worse. I am equal. That makes me worthy. That makes me lovable. That makes me great. That makes me powerful. It makes me everything, because not only am I equal, I am it. I am it. I am the holiest source of all there is. And as I grasp that, these things that were said in this document, I am endowed with inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, no matter what my circumstances. Even on the days where bombs were falling literally over my house, I was playing cards with my siblings and joking and laughing in moments between when they would hit and we would feel the terror. And then again would rise the spirit. Children have that much more easily than we do as adults. Can we remember that we get tripped and fall when disease visits us, when illness breaks us, when financial stress hurts, when someone turns their back on us, when someone dies, when our hearts are broken? Can we remember that this is not it all? This is this moment, and what it needs, what the trauma needs, what the breakdown needs, what it needs is love. And when love arrives, it does the work. So we wait and allow to ourselves to be encircled by love. We breathe and we bring it in. We open and we say yes, even when it sounds like no. We nod our head sideways and remember. And the yes comes fully in. I will remember that I am one. And I will pursue every day my right for life, for liberty, and for the pursuit of happiness. And yes, it is our turn to be brave. It is our turn to be brave. As I wore those crazy sweats last week, nobody thinks that's brave. It's brave, you do it. Do something that makes the bravery in you show up. It lightens your soul. And is our government instituted to secure these rights? Yes, because they're our voice. And if our voice isn't doing that, elevate your voice. I didn't say make it louder. I said elevate it. Bring your voice in from this place of holiness. From the love, bring the love and encircle. And know the love does the work. We relax. We know the truth. We bring the love, or we are the problem. And today we say, we take back the power that it is to be an American that lives under this vision, with this hope, with this faith, with this glory, that people who put their lives on the line, even though they couldn't do what they said, you can say it too, even though you can't do it. Even though I can't believe every moment that I have these rights and that I am pure and that I am free and that as I choose it, my past disappears and my future appears in front of me. Even when I can't believe it, I'm committed to knowing it's true. Let us hold this vision, not just as Americans, because the same vision has been revealed over and over as spiritual truth all over the world through the teachings of all the great masters and mystics. We could name them all, but we don't need to. Wherever you are touched by spirit, that is an avenue where you remember that these are inalienable rights. Our brothers and sisters around this world are not even really our brothers and sisters, are they? They are us, reflecting back to us all the places that we don't want to look. We can look there in the same love that we can look here. Let the love do the work. Relax. Breathe, be willing to receive the gifts of love, the gifts of what we call God, the divine energy, the field, the very activity, the possibility, and all that we say. When we say these affirmations, we say things that we can't do, but they help us begin the journey to doing them. Do not lose your vision for yourself, for your country, for your life, for the person on the street, for the brokenness of this world. Do not lose the vision that none of that is true. What is true is heaven. What is true is your life, your liberty. It comes from within you. Free yourself from the shackles of outmoded, outdated, and past beliefs. And remember, you are light, you are God, you are love, you are peace, you are grace, you are expansion, you are everything that God is. You are love. This is what fireworks from the inside feel like. They are not bombs dropping. They are expressions of the expansion of you, the light that comes from within of you. This is the great promise of the 4th of July. And so we center in this moment and we pray together. We speak this word for CCL. We speak this word for every member of this community, knowing and declaring our independence from any thought that is anything unlike this, that this is the true truth and value of a day of independence, is that we claim our own, we follow from our inner path, we live in our integrity, and we are consistently expanding and embraced by love. All we do is rest in this place and allow ourselves to be the fulfillment of love. We say this prayer together as the fulfillment of love, not shirking away from this bright light that we are, but expanding. Allow your arms to open. Allow yourself to receive the expansion of the great light that you are. And notice some part of you may want to take that away. Let it go. And let us go forward, holding hands, through, around, in, with, as each other one. When we stand in the field of love together, even the words each other make no sense. We are one with this divine source, this energetic, full possibility, abundance, health, wholeness, grace, compassion, passion, creation itself. Everything is ours. We hold this truth, we know this truth, we allow it to expand and express as each and every one of us, in particular on this planet. We have moved way far beyond the walls of CCL, beyond the walls of religious science, beyond the walls of New Thought, beyond the walls of any thought system or religion. And we have reached the mountaintop. Martin Luther King spoke so eloquently. It is all love from there, from here, right now. And we are grateful for this vision. We are grateful for this knowing, even knowing we are not capable every day of living into it. It is nonetheless that which we are. And we are called to this in this moment. We are grateful for the call. And we are held to it as we have declared it. And you may declare it now to yourself. All people are equal. All people are endowed with inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All people, including me. And we plant this seed into the great and glorious creation field. And we know that that which is for the highest good of all cannot help itself but to seed, germinate, break new ground, and show the world the new beauty of all of who we are as one. And so it is. Thank you.
Don't you
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Catherine. That was beautiful.
Breathe in the abundance. Breathe in the abundance that is ours by divine right. Knowing that we are worthy of all of the good and more good of the divine. That we open to that financial abundance that's ours. That we know that connection with the divine, with that infinite possibility, that infinite peace, that infinite love. Knowing that this congregation is open and receptive to all of the good. Give us this day our daily bread. That we know that the divine, that infinite possibility, Spirit is completely for us. And in this abundance, in this givingness from the divine, we receive in abundance. And from that receiving, we give. It is a flow. It is an energy. It is cyclical. It comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out. And we know that this entity, this consciousness that is the Center for Conscious Living, opens us up, that it expands us, that we come here every Sunday to share and to love and to open and remember the magnificence of who we are, and that we're one with all that is. And we give to this beautiful, beautiful organization, CCL, in abundance. And this is our opportunity to give and to receive. And we give thanks for all of the good that flows to us. And so it is. So as Martha's walking up here, I want to thank some people who helped today. Martha and Will for ushering. Jane for setup. Refreshments is Sarah. Jody for the beautiful altar. Keith, Marty, and John for setting up all of the visual stuff. Say thank you, Zoom. Nefertiti for doing PS, and Wayne for doing PS, and media team. And if you'll do the offertory blessing.
Well, good morning to you all. First, I want to say how glorious it is to see everybody here because, wow, this is fabulous. And if you would please join me in the blessing of our offering. Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all
So giving thanks for all these ties that flow to CCL. Giving thanks for the abundance in our lives. Giving thanks for this community that loves and supports CCL. Giving thanks for these wonderful lives that we live in abundance. And so it is.
So it is.
So we have a prayer. And the first time I heard this prayer, I went, yeah. And you'll know what I mean when we do the prayer. If there's anybody here for the first time that would be willing to stand up so that we can bestow this prayer upon you. There you go. Yay. It takes some courage. Please stand. Stay standing. So all of us and anybody on Zoom are going to extend this prayer to you. So if you will repeat after me, welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We are a heart-centered spiritual community. We open ourselves to you in love. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous being that you are. You are a radiant point of light. We are so blessed by your presence. Welcome home. I haven't got him. Katherine, I hope you have the announcements because we do not.
I definitely have the announcements. So there we go. So can you all hear me? Okay. I have the announcements. So mostly first of all, I want to thank Lauren Welke, I believe, I'm just looking up here. Yes, who remembered the quote I gave was Booker T. Washington. I could see his face, and I have these things come to me while I'm talking sometimes as images. And so I could see his face, but I couldn't find his name in my brain. So thank you, Lauren. That was, I will allow no man to degrade my soul. Those very powerful words. And as you can imagine, as a Black man, that probably was given lots of opportunity to be the heavy lifting in his life, which we all have. So thank you. Thank you for giving me those pieces of information. Thank you, everyone. So the main thing I want to talk to you about is prayer. I want you to continue to do prayer with us. If you are, we have received lots of prayer requests. I think they're on your seats. They should be. Please fill them out. You get to fill them out for celebrations. You fill them out for gratitude. You fill them out for things that are creating a niggle in your consciousness that anytime you think about them, there is not peace and love and joy at the surface. So please fill them out with great abundance. We are looking forward to praying with you and for you. We have 20 practitioners who receive these prayers every week, and we do them together daily, Tuesdays through Friday at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. We do prayers online. And I know it's intimidating to come in person and say our prayers. It's intimate. It can be scary, but it is beautiful. And we share with, sometimes it's just me with one other person. Sometimes it's 6 or 8 of us. It's a beautiful opportunity to express and find your love. If there's anything you're worrying, doubt, scared, sad, working on, diagnosed, anything like that, come visit. We love you. We will do nothing but love you, and we will let the love do its work with you. So there is a link to that. I don't know if it's in the chat for Zoomers, but the rest of you get it in a newsletter. And if you don't get a newsletter, please get a newsletter by looking up the people in the front of the room, specifically Marlene, probably, and having her share with you how to get that. So again, it's Tuesdays through Fridays, 12 noon ET. That always makes me think of ET. And and 9 a.m. Pacific. So please join us for that. And we want to tell you, we are running a class that does have a couple of prerequisites. It's practitioner classes. The first year, which we'd like you to know, stands alone as a deepening of spiritual practices, spiritual development, spiritual inquiry, and spiritual guidance in your life from yourself to you. And we will be doing the guidance of that. So the first year is 3 10-week terms. And we are excited to include as many people as possible in that. If you are interested, please ask us what the prerequisites are. You may have something comparable. We're happy to look at that and see if you do. And one of them is that we will have a conversation, whoever you are and I, to determine to make sure that this is the right fit for you. So if you have any curiosity or interest, please just look us up, talk to us about it. Reverend Paul, Reverend Katherine, all the practitioners in the room know of the class, but this year we're doing it slightly differently. The second year is a very professional training, which you may or may not want to be in, but it gives you the licensing to have individual sessions with people and pray with people. So it's quite a beautiful journey, and we would love to uplift this whole congregation into that. If you would like to join us or are wondering about it, we are going to have a special meeting, finding out more about that. I know it's here somewhere. Give me 1 second to find it. And it is,
July 19th, I think.
sorry, July 19th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. We'll be doing that. We'll be sending out that invite. You'll get that. And also immediately following the services on August 6th will be an in-person Q&A. So you can ask the most ridiculous questions or the easiest questions or all the questions anytime. You're always welcome. And also, if you don't want to do it publicly, you can get a hold of any of us in private and we will be happy to talk with you too. We would like to have this be a robust class. And the exciting thing about this is we're actually asking all our practitioners if they'd like to audit. They get a break in the price and we get the value of their wisdom. You can join again on Zoom if you're not local or if you're in and out of town. And you can join in person. So consider that if you're already a practitioner and feel like having some fun with some new practitioners or being in the guidance of some of that process, we would love to have you. There is a reduced fee for that because of your already wise selves. So just know, please, that your newsletter has everything you need every week when it arrives at your doorstep. It tells you when everything is happening and all the cool stuff. There are pictures of the 4th of July and of the Earth Fair and all the ways that we're practicing and presencing our love in our community. Please check us out. Course in Miracles meets on the 10th. We'll be here in person. Reverend Paul leading the service next week. We have the men's group on the 17th, practitioner training Q&A on the 19th again. And Reverend Christina Layer will be our lead minister, prayer, and speaker on the 23rd. And that's the first time that she will be speaking to our congregation with her Reverend title. So we're very excited to hear from her. The rest of us will be here supporting her also. Ginger will be with us. 24th is A Course in Miracles, and so on and so forth with all those other things, remembering that we will have all the Zoom on the 19th and the in-person after service speaking and questions and answers on the 6th of August. So please put those in your chat calendars. Please come, please join us. We love you very much. And we are grateful, so grateful for your presence here and your hearts that give us the courage to go on. Much love.